lovely people. Thought today we would have a little chat about my knee because I've been getting questions about how my rehab is going and like an update, because as of this past week I am 4 months post-surgery. I kind of waited to do this video just because the time leading up to now has been sort of like slow, and I felt like the video would be kind of anticlimactic if I didn't just wait a little bit longer. I'm going to give like a full recap of from the time I got injured until where I'm at now. I know I've talked about like what exactly happened throughout a few different videos on this channel, but in case you haven't seen it and you don't want to bother looking back, I'm just gonna do a quick summary here. If you're new here, my name is Kayleen. I am a dancer. I have been on the dance team at the University of Houston for the past 4 years. The very first football game of my senior year, I tore my ACL. We were just performing and I did a step. My knee felt like it went one way and the rest of my body stayed, and it was just a very weird feeling. So I've been out for the remainder of the season. I'll still probably be out for the next 2 months because the rehab process is expected to take 6 to 9 months, and I'm at month 4 right now. However, right now already feels like I'm like 90% there. I know that my strength isn't fully back, but I do feel like really good, especially today. Today has been like the first day where it actually feels really normal. Like I did a full leg workout and it didn't really feel like I was unbalanced in any way. And some of the pain that I was having in it pretty much went away. So that's awesome. I still do have to just like take it slow. I can't jump back into dancing right away, especially because dance puts a lot of, I guess, like torque on your knee, and my knee is like not ready to handle that yet. So I'm just having to go slow and steady, but it has been exciting because I started my return to sports like protocol this past week. So my graft was a hybrid of my own hamstring with a donor tissue. My doctor said it was up to me if I wanted to do patellar tendon or my hamstring. He did recommend though that I use at least part of my own tissue because he finds that that holds the best, and it's best for people who are going to be doing something athletic post-surgery. So he did mention though that patients he's seen that have done the patellar tendon, if they do a lot of jumping, sometimes they can feel some pain. And I thought like, okay, I do a ton of jumping, not just with dance, but like that's how I like to work out, so I'd rather do my hamstring. The downside to that is obviously like you lose a lot of strength in your hamstring, even though they're not taking out like a huge chunk of it. Oh, this sounds gross, sorry. Even though they're not taking out very much of your muscle, you still do notice a difference. For me, I also got like this pain behind, like right behind my knee. I can still kind of feel it right now, like I'm like grabbing my knee. The first like 2 months was when it was the worst for me, and I'm not saying that to scare anyone and like tell you not to do that, obviously. Obviously, if you are getting surgery, talk with your doctor and figure out what's gonna be best for you, because this wasn't like a normal case. My physical therapist had never really seen anyone have this issue, and when I brought it up to my doctor, he said that it was probably just some tension in my hamstring and I was just gonna have to keep pushing through it. And so getting my range of motion back within the first month was hard, but only because of that pain. Like I feel like otherwise it would have been okay. It just would hurt so bad when I like bent it past a certain point. Basically like on the outside of my knee, like right behind it. So right after surgery, I did get, what are those things called? The machine that bends your leg. I'll figure it out and I'll put the name of it here. But I had that, and so that was helping me get my range of motion back. But then I didn't start physical therapy for, I believe, 2 weeks after my surgery. My doctor wanted me to wait until I had a follow-up appointment with him. If you want to see me looking really rough and going through this, videos will be linked down below, but maybe I'll insert some clips here too. For me, the first month felt the slowest. It felt the most annoying. Every single day you'll feel a little bit stronger and you'll be able to do a little bit more, but it is quite tedious, and doing the little exercises at home can be annoying. I know that was just not a fun time, but it's worth it. Make sure you just stick to whatever they tell you to do. Stay consistent, because then everything else will go really smoothly. Did start getting a little bit of pain in the front of my knee as well, and this was more recently, like within the past 2 months. and it's right on the front of my knee where my graft is. I just feel this pain whenever I straighten it all the way. I think it's very noticeable for me is because I'm a dancer and I tend to straighten my leg to the point where it's hyperextended, and that is when it starts hurting. But once again, my doctor just said that it's pain where the graft is. I'm just gonna have to work through it. For some reason today, it actually has not really felt bad, so that's a good sign, I guess. So the timeline, I guess, for everything else, I haven't started officially running yet. I do like a little bit of jogging as of like the past week, but I haven't run really at all. The return to sports plyo protocol it's a series of different exercises, and you count every time your feet make contact with the ground, and you're supposed to hit a certain number of contacts, like there's a goal number. My first day, week 1, day 1, it was like doing jumps where you touch the wall, squat jumps, 180 jumps, bounding in place, and I think some other things, but I ended up like exceeding the goal. Like I did really well with it. I can't remember what the exact numbers were, but it was like supposed to be probably like 150 and I hit 190 or something like that. So when I came in my second day, my therapist told me we were just gonna move ahead to week 2. And week 2 is the same exercises, you just do it for slightly longer amounts of time. So instead of doing the jumps for 20 seconds, I do them for 25. So I do that 3 times a week. I go to physical therapy twice, and then I'm on my own doing it like at the gym or at home or whatever 1 day a week. I guess another important element to my story is that I am doing all of this outside of the school. So our dance team is not part of athletics at my university. So I don't get to like go in and train in our like athletic training center. I don't have a trainer there to help me. I basically do everything in an outside facility, which is fine. I mean, like, nothing I can do about it. Luckily, my physical therapists are really, really great. They've been really working to try and give me things that incorporate more dance applicable stuff. I have been doing my own workouts, lots of stability stuff, or like a ballet class online, but just like the bar part of it. For example, today I went to the gym and I did a full-on leg workout, just like evening out both legs, but then I did some stability stuff on the Bosu ball, which I really love doing that. But yeah, like I said, I waited because I didn't want this to be anticlimactic, and I still feel like this one is kind of anticlimactic. I don't have anything like really exciting to report except that I'm jumping around now, and technically I can run if I want to, but I am waiting to hear back from my doctor about getting a sports brace, because most athletes get one. Most people do, actually. If you're going to be doing any sort of exercise where you're doing any kind of twisting, or if you play a contact sport, they do want you to wear that for a year every time you exercise. But I feel really good. I'm starting to feel a lot more normal. I can like see the muscle growing again, because it was a very significant difference. I had probably lost like 2 inches of muscle, mostly in my quad on my right leg compared to my left. I'm thinking that once I'm done with physical therapy, I'm gonna find a personal trainer who specifically works with dancers or does dance medicine or whatnot, because I want someone to give me really good foundation to get back into doing what I love. Missed out on a whole year. And I just want to say to anyone who has gone through this, I'm like getting emotional, and I haven't cried about this since like it happened. I remember when I first tore it, I cried like every day for a month, something like that. I don't know, it was excessive. For me, it was because I'm not, like I said, I'm not under athletics, so I can't have like a red shirt season or take a medical year and come back. I mean, like I technically could, but there's not really a point, because I'm about to finish my degree. Dance doesn't pay for my school, so like it wouldn't pay for me to get a master's or anything. I just want to say, it definitely does get better. If you're in a sport and you have to sit out and like watch, it's definitely the hardest part. I'd say just try to find ways to make yourself useful, and even just showing up and being there alongside your teammates. You never really know who you could be inspiring just by putting in the effort to still be there. I still go to all of our practices except for once a week, because I have an evening class now. And I come and I do help my coaches do some like behind the scenes stuff, and I try and go to all the basketball games still unless I have class. I just try to keep supporting my team and trying to just be a part of things, even though I physically can't dance. I don't want to say that I'm happy that this happened, but it definitely did make me realize how much I appreciate dance and how much it really means to me. I think it just made me more motivated to like really pursue a career with dance involved, because you never know what's gonna happen in life and you gotta just go for your dreams while you can. If you guys have specific questions or anything you want me to talk about, please let me know. I'll definitely address it. If you want to keep up with me and my journey to full recovery, subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and then you can follow me on Instagram. I post videos and stuff over there about what I'm up to, and I'm just hoping to give you guys lots of information and inspiration about recovering from injury and just becoming strong and being happy and optimistic, because there's no use in complaining. If you get injured, you get injured. You just gotta bounce back, and it's gonna be hard, but you got it. If I could do it, you can do it. Cool? I hope y'all are having the best day ever. I will catch you next week. Bye bye.